Hey y'all, so I am back and we are doing another video today, and plot twist, is not a makeup tutorial. What we're gonna do is a flexi-rod set. I'm really excited. I haven't done one of these in a while, honestly probably like 2 years. I'm lying, it's more than 2 years. So I just wanted to try a natural style and share it with you guys. So let's get started. So I'm starting on stretched hair. You can stretch your hair in whatever method you prefer. We're gonna use a wet brush or whatever brush or comb you prefer. I'm gonna use my Eco Styler gel. This is like the coconut one. And also Cantu Moisturizing Twist and Lock gel. Spray bottle, of course. And all of the flexi rods that I own. Okay, so I'm starting by sectioning just a little piece in the back of my hair, kind of like the bottom third, I guess, of my head. Just tie up the top half. So I don't really have any rhyme or reason for how I separate my hair or how much hair. I just kind of grab whatever feels right. So like what I have right there is kind of thick. So I'm going to take a smaller piece. So then I just get it a little bit damp with the spray bottle. Not soaking wet because that defeats the purpose of stretching it kind of. But just a little bit damp so that it's more, malleable to take the product and to take the style. So I start with a little bit of the Cantu and I put that like down the length of my hair really. Just like all through it. And then I put the Eco Styler. I try to focus the Eco Styler mainly towards the ends just to make sure that those are nice and secure, but then I run whatever is left also through the length of my hair. But I don't want like the whole thing being crispy, so I focus it mainly on the ends. So brush it out just to get that product saturated, and then we go in with the flexi rod. So you're probably gonna see me wrap my flexi rods a lot of different ways, but for the most part I do them like this. So I just start by the bottom and then just roll it flat on the flexi rod all the way up to the root, and then I just keep twisting it when it gets on the root too, just to make sure it's really tight, and then just fold the ends onto each other. So I just wanted to give you a little close-up again of how I wrap it. Just like I said, start from the bottom, make sure your ends are tucked in, and just keep on rolling and rolling and rolling until you get to the root. Okay, so as you can see, I had the purple ones at the bottom, and as I move up, I get smaller rods, I guess. So the purple ones at the bottom, they're like the biggest, and then the gray in the middle, and then I like to use the orange ones in the front because they're really skinny. And this is just so you can get an idea of how many of those rods I'm using or how big the sections need to be. And I used about 9 of the purple rods. Okay, so like I said in the front, I like to use the orange ones because they're skinny and they make a pretty defined curl. I like that to frame my face. So when I do the front of my hair, I just curl those pieces away from my part. Just wrap them on the rod in the opposite direction, basically. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can see it. So yeah, just wrap it up nice and tight. And I used about 13 orange rods. This part is going to be kind of like your bang. So you want to just wrap that one on the rod, the same as the other side, just do it in the opposite direction. And we are all done. So in total, I used 27 flexi rods. Like I said, 13 orange, 9 purple in the back, and 5 gray in the middle. And here I am out in public with my rollers. Hey, we're just gonna keep on letting them dry and set. Okay, so after I finished rolling my hair, as you can see, I went and got something to eat, looking a little bit crazy in public. But yeah, so I let them set all day, and then I also slept in them that night. I didn't sit under the dryer or anything, but if you're pressed for time, that's definitely a good option. So now I'm just taking the rods down, no rhyme or reason, just unravel them and try to keep them as neat as possible when you take them off of the flexi rod. And you'll see me wrap some of them back around my finger after I take it down. That's just if I think that the curl lost its shape a little bit when I was unraveling it. It just puts it back in place. So now we are separating. See, I put a little bit of oil on my fingers. The oil that I used was a Garnier Fructis Triple Nutrition Marvelous Oil is what it's called. So yeah, I just put a little bit of that on my fingers before I start separating, just so there's not a whole lot of frizz right now. Okay, so this is them after they've been separated. As you can see, they're still kind of tight. At this point, it was probably like 11 o'clock in the morning, so they still had to fall a little bit. So right now, I'm just fluffing my roots a little bit. Like I said, it was early, so they still have a good bit to fall. But yeah, so just fluff your roots to get that hair as big as possible. I know I love big hair. Finish this hairstyle off with hairspray, and I also, when I fluff my roots, I spray the hairspray in my roots too to get everything nice and voluminous. And this is our finished product. Y'all, I was so excited. This turned out so perfect, like exactly what I wanted. You can see that it's really full. About this time that I took these pictures, it was nighttime, so they had a lot of time to fall. And as you can see, even though we used Eco Styler and hairspray, the curls are still really bouncy. They have pretty movement, and I just love them so much. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, you guys. And if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe.